Welcome to LA, baby. The town of palm trees. You know, the West Coast. They always say that it never rains in Southern California. And hey, there's no rain or no gray skies here at Lycanthorpe Field at Evo 9X Stadium. Hey, everybody. We got a matchup tonight between the LA Lycans and the Baltimore Vultures. I'm your play-by-play commentator tonight, Damon Simeon. Alongside me in the booth here is DJ Kilgannon. And also we have on stats with us for tonight, we have Dakota Butts, and we also have my main man down in League City, Texas, Corey Minner. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. DJ, what's on your mind? What are your thoughts for tonight's matchup?
Pleasure to be back in the booth with you finally, Damon. Been a little bit, but this game, it has the signings to be really one-sided, but I have high hopes for this LA team. And I think when they get their offensive attack going, especially the run game, Darius Iniga has been having a great season, playing at an all-star level so far. I think if they can get a hold of that run game and kind of control the time of possession, they'll have a good shot.
Absolutely. And Baltimore received the ball first, and here is the return here by the Vultures to get it out to the 30-yard line. Let's look at this offense for the Baltimore Vultures here. Let's go over the offense, starting with quarterbacks. They have two of them, Johnny Kim and Jack Wigmore. Wigmore is the number one guy. Johnny Kim comes in and does a little running every here and now and then or so. Running backs, they have the veteran, I believe, who should be in the Hall of Fame, Warren Murray, outstanding running back, along with David Anderson, the 5-year veteran as well. Fullback, T-Roy Gaines, who is a Hall of Famer. 3 wide receivers here on the roster and 2 tight ends, Ivory Irvin, Daley Holder, and Mac Chima. Those tight ends are Benji Madsen and Jackson Roberts. We'll get to the offensive line here in just a second. Under center to start the game off here in an ace formation. Handoff here to Murray. Murray's only going to pick up 2 yards. The rest of the offensive line, we have Portia Henson, Olivia Bleeker, Sir Charles, along with Alden Bleeker and Dawn Johnson. Second and 8 here in Wigmore, underneath the center. 4-4, looks like a 3-4 defense here for LA. Toss here to Warren Murray. Warren Murray picks up 3 yards there on the carry.
It's just a real heavy right side of the line there for Baltimore. It kind of looked like a run the whole way, and Los Angeles did a great job reading it and sniffed it out, stopped it after a short gain.
These two teams coming here tonight, meeting for the first time since season 19. They have met for a total of 4 times since the existence of these two teams here. Here's a 5-step drop. Sorry about that. And the pass is almost intercepted by the defense of LA, and that there on the deflection was none other than Mike Scott. DJ, whenever you get a chance, can you call out the defense for us?
Absolutely. This Lycans defense with a great stop there. Alex Perez, Ace Blackwell, Selwyn Lane, and Nick Brummer, along with Bear Winters, fill out your defensive line. Tazzy Blackwell, Greg Ward, and Brogan Sparrow are your linebackers. Devontae Moore, Mike Scott, Eaton Moss fill out your corners. Rochelle Colston, Monte Wyatt, and Ben Sharps fill out the defensive secondary for the Lycans.
What do you think about LA's helmet? I mean, it's like blue, gray, yellow. It has like this dimensional, transition.
I really like the contrast from the jerseys. I will say it's a really nice change. It looks great.
They have the claw stripes all over the jersey as well. LA here at the 25, first carry of the game. Nowhere goes the halfback, Darius Iniguez. Offense for the LA Lycans. Sully Richardson's quarterback. They have 3 running backs on the roster. Iniguez, Patrick Rutling, along with Sawyer Stern, and the fullback is Dan Curtis. We get to the receivers, the tight ends, and offensive line here just shortly. Split spread here. Handoff right up the middle of the field. Nowhere to go. Tackled and brought down by Young Vaught. Give me the defense if you can.
Absolutely. This Baltimore squad is lethal. Robert Brady, Al Walker, Ralph Leopold, and Nate Brown stock up that defensive line. We'll get to the rest of them in just a second.
LA comes out in the tray formation, 3rd and 10 here for Richardson. Underneath the center this time. 5-step drop, gets a little pressure on the outside, dumps off right across the middle of the field. Now there's going to be a reception for Chris Lee there, and Lee is taken down before picking up the first down. Receivers for LA, Bubba Tree, along with LZ Pryor and Chris Lee. Tight ends, Adam Grabowski and Jack Flash. Offensive line, Oren Wilds, along with Bob Wazowski and Hunter Wazowski and Altea, Wilds as well. And on the return here for Baltimore is Irving, and they will start at their own 36.
Yeah, just 2 solid stops by both those defenses, right? And I mean, it kind of looked like exactly what we expected. LA coming out with a kind of a run-heavy look from that first little possession there, but their defense held up really well against Baltimore, but we got a ton of football left to play. Got to see if they can keep it up.
Baltimore comes out in a twin set here to the right of the quarterback. Wigmore dumps it off right across to his #1 wide receiver, who's pretty close to making a milestone here today.
Yeah, he is. At the start of a game, just about 55 yards shy of 13,000. What a career for Mr. Irvin. And it's plays just like that. A nice catch and a ton of traffic. Getting a huge game.
It's 2nd and 2 here. Handoff to, I want to say that's Warren Murray, and he goes nowhere. Stopped and shut down. Picks up 1 yard.
Yeah, Tazie Blackwell, who has been playing phenomenal all season. She's really a shining spot in this LA defense. And you can see her last season stats there, especially in the run game, and even 50 tackles coming to this game. Is just such a solid rock in the middle of that defense.
Baltimore here, 3rd and 1. Handoff, hit in the backfield is Murray. Murray jumps over the yard to gain. They're going to give him the first down here. Not sure if he crossed it exactly, but he did get up in the air.
Yeah, it was close. Tazie Blackwell, again, was the first to reach Murray in the backfield, just unable to bring the runner down for the tackle for loss. And unfortunately for her, he's able to fight and get the first down. So close to the stop.
Tazie Blackwell, the 6-year veteran. 4 seasons here with LA. Here is handoff to Anderson. Anderson's going to go nowhere. Tackled by outside linebacker Tazie Blackwell again. I'm sorry, Tazie's been here all 7 of her career seasons with LA. I mean, a first-round selection. I'm sorry, she has 1 All-Star underneath her belt back in season 22.
Yep.
2nd and 10 here for Baltimore. It's going to be Wigmore on the 5-step drop. Gets pressure. Pump fake. Down goes Wigmore. Alex Perez, the former hyena/headhunter, comes away with the first sack of the game.
Yeah, if you're Wigmore, you got to get that ball out. So much pressure coming from that edge. Thankfully, your left tackle was able to clip Selwyn Lane, or Jack Wigmore would have been turned into a pancake. But Alex Perez still able to bring Wigmore down for the sack, and that's a huge play for the
3-2 defense here by LA. A bunch set here for Baltimore to the right of Wigmore. It looks like they're going to be a blitz here by the Lycans. That pass is 13,000. Tries a spin move and stopped right at the 7-yard line. I thought he was going to pay dirt with that one to cross Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, it was close, Demond. It was. Ivory Irvin making the catch right in front of the corner and just turning on the Jets. I was really surprised that he got caught there, but nonetheless, a huge gain, passing that threshold of 55. Congratulations to Ivory Irvin on an outstanding career.
Ivory Irvin from 1 wide receiver to another. Welcome to the ball club, baby, of 13,000 yards. Joker's here for these Vultures. 3-4 defense here for LA. Nowhere to go for Warren Murray. Looks like he lost a yard there. And look who it is again, Tazie Blackwell. I mean, we got to come up with a name here for Tazie. Outside of her just being a Tazie Blackwell as an inside linebacker, we got to come up with something for it. How about the Wolverine?
Hey, that fits right in with that team scheme. I love it.
I approve of it here. You heard it first, folks. Tazie the Wolverine Blackwell. There's Scott on the tackle.
Man, these Lycans, I mean, they let off that huge pass, but this run defense is doing such a stellar job of slowing down this run attack.
Baltimore come out in an empty formation here. And they're going to go spread. 5-step drop here by Wigmore. To the back of the end zone. It's going to be incomplete because Daly Holder was in the white outside of the end zone.
Oh, let's see that again. Just led a little bit too far. Jack Wigmore, you do not see a lot of those, and my goodness, Air Jordan in the middle of the field almost batted that one away. Goodness gracious. They got the vert of a kangaroo out there. My gosh.
Tried to show his impersonation of Matt McClung.
Yeah.
NBA Slam Dunk champion 3 seasons in a row. The first to ever accomplish that milestone there. And Baltimore gets on the board first. 3-0 are the Vultures.
Yeah, speaking of that dunk contest, I'm glad at least someone got their three-peat this month. I don't know about you, Damon.
Yeah, you're right. And to think about that, I mean, Dame Lillard was up for a three-peat as well.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, Dame, didn't accomplish his goal. And the Kansas City Chiefs, I just don't know what happens to those guys. They basically just laid an egg.
I don't know, but I wasn't complaining.
Yeah, I know a lot of Philly fans were not complaining at all. The crazy part is I didn't even get a chance to watch the entire full game because I was cooking for my wife, who made a request for me to cook shepherd's pie. Out of all things, a black woman asks a black guy to cook an English dish of shepherd's pie. So
oh man,
it's a pass across the middle of the field intended for Jack Flash, and Jack has been around for quite some time, who has an outstanding SFL career, 11 seasons and 9 here with the Lycans. Wow.
Yeah, just a lot of this team is just really in it for the long haul. They have such a solid unit that really doesn't separate from each other, and that's what makes them a really special squad.
Here is Sully Richardson. Richards makes another complete pass. Wait, I was about to say another complete pass to Flash. That was the first completion of the drive there. Great catch there by Flash. And Flash has quite a few All-Star appearances. I want to say he has 3 of them.
Yeah, definitely has a few. Been kind of a slow start for his standards, so far. Not having too many yards, only 1 touchdown, but I mean, he's there when they need him, and he has been for a long time.
3rd and 2 here for LA. Handoff here to one of the halfbacks is going to be number 20, Darius Iniguez. He picks up the first down before being tackled by one of the Vultures.
Yeah, I mean, both of these squads doing a really nice job stopping the run defense. I think both of these teams kind of came in, LA known for their heavy run attack, Darius Iniguez, and Baltimore on the other side, they haven't been able to run much, so it looks like both of these teams kind of expected the same.
1st and 10 here for LA. Handoff right up the middle of the field, and this LA Lycans offense is basically beating up the front line of the Baltimore Vultures.
Yeah, it's just tough physical runs. It really is just hard-nosed football. And with this type of running game, that's what we're going to continue to see, I imagine.
And here is 2nd and 6 for Sully Richardson. Baltimore brings pressure. Iniguez. Nice gain there by the halfback. I mean, they have a nice 1-2 punch with Rutling and Iniguez in their running back core, along with Dan Curtis leading the way at fullback. Dan Curtis started his career as a tight end. Sully gets a little pressure, drops back. Pass is broken up by Elijah Warfield.
Oh, such a hard hit right as the ball got there. And now that we talk about this Baltimore defense, I remember we didn't get to finish them up earlier. Frank Smith, Jeff Melanishin, and Alvin Mack fill out the linebacker core for the Vultures. Ben Stackenpaper, Elijah Warfield, who made that great play to stop that drive for the Lycan, and Roy Towers fill up your defensive backs. And then you got young Giovanni Bolt, the Hall of Famer, and John Patrick Levine fill out your safeties.
Speaking of this defense, Alvin Mack was the defensive player of the year in season 23, which was last season. I mean,
Yeah.
this league has some outstanding and amazing defensive players. I mean, for one player to come away with that award, I mean, Alvin Mack had some outstanding interceptions throughout season 23 as well.
Yep.
I mean, just played an outstanding performance by that outside backer for this Baltimore Vultures. They're going to go twins here, hand it off to Murray. Murray's hit right at the line of scrimmage, and if I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw 42 hovering over him.
It wouldn't surprise me. But Brogan Spraw is the one celebrating, so we'll give him the credit. Well, Tazzy Blackwell, she doesn't need all the fame out there. Got to spread it around a little bit. But again, just not much room at all for the offense.
2nd and 10 here, pump fake. He goes down again, and this time it's by none other than Bear Winters, the rookie, who comes away with that sack.
My goodness, Demond, I thought that sack was going to come from the edge, but no. Bear Winters, gosh, putting his full weight into that hit. I'm up in the booth, and it hurt me watching that hit. My goodness.
And that's going to put Baltimore way behind the sticks. 3rd and 15 here. Wigmore goes on a rollout, throws across the field, passes incomplete, broken up by the Lycans. And for Bear Winters, that is going to be his 2nd sack of the season.
And it's such a big moment, right? Just pushing them further back, closer to their own end zone, making them punt from the 11. Just a really nice time to get that sack and give your own offense really good field position on the other side of the field.
Yeah, LA is going to start at Baltimore's 47-yard line, and let's see what the Lycans offense can come up with here on this drive. Outstanding field position here for LA.
If you're going to get some points, now's the time. You're in great field position. You just got to take advantage.
Sully Richards is also 2 for 4 on the day so far. Total of 12 yards. Here's a handoff here to Iniguez, and Iniguez is going to pick up no yards there. 2nd and 10. This Baltimore defense is playing pretty good. At least the back end of it. That front 4, they were getting beat up on the last drive.
Yeah, for sure, Demond. I mean, you said it perfectly. The back half of this defense, even in the run game, is doing a great job helping.
This time that Baltimore defense steps up to the call there, and 27, young Vaught there comes away with the tackle. And everyone, that's going to do it for the first quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented to you by Virtual Football League. Just look at the game stats here so far at the top of the 2nd quarter. Baltimore is leading the way in total yards and passing yards here. Here is Richardson. That pass is almost intercepted. Looks like 27 got his hand on it. Vaught again.
Yeah, I mean, young Vaught getting all 3 of those plays, got the 2 tackles on the runs and slapping away that ball. But, I mean, a little bit of an ill-advised throw, but not sure if you saw it, but there was 2 of the defensive linemen in the face of Sully Richardson, and he barely got that ball out of his hand.
Here is the punt. Received at the 15. Irving. Tackled and brought down at the 27.
Both of these defenses just really doing a good job, and Baltimore has those 3 points, but it came off of that big play from Ivory Irvin. But other than that, Lycan's defense is really looking good out here.
So now first and 10 for these Vultures. Starting at their own 27-yard line here. There's a pass. That pass is caught by one hand by Irvin. And Irvin is tackled and brought down at the 46. That should be a 19-yard pickup there for the veteran.
Yeah, just right in the breadbasket, just on the run, just sticks his hand up right in his running formation, right in his hand. I mean, that's the type of chemistry you're going to see from these guys, Damon. Ivory Irvin, Jack Wigmore, two of the league's best, and you can see why.
Absolutely. Make that a 20-yard pickup. Ball is at the 47 here. Hand off here to Murray. Murray picks up, looks like 8 yards there on the carry, and also crosses midfield to get Baltimore on the opposite side of the field in LA's territory.
Yeah, there we go. Finally starting to get that run game going a little bit. Just going to have to fight for it a little bit. Breaking a few tackles, getting dragged down, multiple people there on the stop. But, I mean, keep those running yards up like that, and it's going to be a long night for the Lycans D.
Yeah, 2nd and 2 here for Baltimore. This run game is starting to get things going. 8:53 left here on the clock. Oh, the outside over pursued, and Anderson got great yardage. He looks like he's down at the 20 or the 19-yard line. If it is the 20, it's a 24-yard scamper.
Yep, you said it perfectly. The linebacker was in a really good position to make the play, just kind of took the wrong step. Over pursued was a great way to put it, and once that step was taken and you're chasing the back after that, it's going to be hard to stop. Thankfully for the Lycans, the safety there was able to stop the runner.
25-yard pickup there for the backup running back, David Anderson. Ball is at the 19-yard line. They come out here in an I double spread here. That pass is caught by the receiver, Irving. He picks up 9.
Man, just such concentration on those types of catches, just those little short slant routes over the middle. There's so many things to worry about. You have the defender draped over your back. You'll have those big linebackers in the middle of the field you have to watch out for. But no fear for Irvin. Another great catch.
2nd and 1 here for Baltimore. There's a handoff here to Murray. Murray bulldozes his way forward. On the tackle is Tazzy Blackwell.
Yeah, just 9 people were in the box there for LA, and Baltimore still able to power forward and get to the yards to gain.
1st and 10 here now at the 7-yard line. Handoff to Murray. Murray gets caught up on the guard, and the Wolverine comes away with another tackle. That should be her 6th tackle so far tonight.
Gosh, and the second quarter hasn't even ended, Damon. My goodness.
It's like a Tasmanian devil out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
56 looks like he's going to bring pressure. 57, I mean. That pass is incomplete. Wow. Ingram took a shot from Blackwell.
Yeah, who else? She gets up, says, no, no, no. You can run. I'll stop you. You can try and throw the ball in my zone, and it ain't going to work. A hard hit to lay that ball on the ground.
3rd and goal. Wigmore is still in the game here. They're going to go trips. 5-step drop here by the left-hander. Throws to the edge of the end zone. Incomplete. LA has to give kudos to the person who broke that pass up, and it's Eaton Moss.
Yeah, just really tight pass. 3 defenders there, and kind of just a jumble of bodies trying to hope one of your vultures brings it down. Unable to there. And we've been talking a lot about how the Lycans have been doing in the run game, stopping the runs, but they're getting a lot of pressure right now. I mean, 2 sacks to their name, but they're really pressuring Wigmore on every single throw.
That pass, yeah, you're right. They are bringing us a lot of pressure from the defense of LA. And that kick there by Sark Tarkenton looked like that could have been missed there almost. That joker was heading towards a wide right.
Yeah, characteristically makes it, though. I mean, you definitely don't see a lot of those, especially from him. Usually just dang near perfect when it comes to those.
The SFL convention kicks off 2025 of the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th through the 14th. Join the SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out into Baltimore's Inner Harbor. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net. Why every time I hear the word harbor, I think about the movie Finding Nemo when one of the fishes in the fish tank tells Nemo, "Your father is probably out there waiting for you in the harbor."
At the
Um,
harbor.
how do I know that? I have a 4-year-old child who
Hmm.
loves Finding Nemo.
Yeah. I'm still a child at heart, Demond. I get it.
Yeah, I may watch that movie about during the course of the weekend. I may
Hmm.
watch it about 4 to 5 times. I mean, he wants to watch that and Dory all the
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
Look at this here. LA goes empty formation on first down. 5-step drop here by Richardson. Throws on his back foot and is intercepted by the veteran and Hall of Famer Giovanni Bo.
And just a bolt of almost like a bolt of lightning almost onto the field, changing the momentum completely, and just you just can't have those types of throws. Just really, really off target there. Almost looked like it was going straight to Bolt, but you saw it. Sully Richardson kind of running backwards, tossed it off his back foot. There was pressure there, but just a costly mistake.
Well, I've heard that he may be a long distance cousin to Hussein Bolt. Who knows? Here is Wigmore. That pass is incomplete, intended for Benji Matson, the veteran tight end.
Yeah, Matson, he's been a really solid part of this squad for just such a long time. 10 seasons in the league and 2 All-Star appearances to his name.
Mhm. Second 10 here for Wigmore, and Wigmore goes empty formation as well. 6:05 left on the clock after the incomplete pass on the last play. Irvin goes in motion, crossed 13,000 yards earlier in the first quarter. That pass is caught to Irving down to the 24, 22-yard pickup.
Gosh, just so consistent, Demond. Really, every time the ball goes in a radius of him, he's just like a magnet, just bringing him in. Another one there right as contact gets there, and it's just automatic almost.
Irvin already over the 100-yard mark here today at 109
My
on
goodness.
5 reception and 7 targets. First and 10. Here for Baltimore. I-Twin said here 3-4 is the base defense. In motion is Chima. Mac and cheese is what I heard they call him. 5-step, 7-step drop here. Wigmore. Oh, that pass is off the fingertips of Matson. Couldn't bring it in. Trey breaks it up. Monte Wyatt.
Man, just every time, whether they catch it or not, these corners are laying hard hits on these receivers as the ball gets to them. My goodness.
You're absolutely right. This defense here for LA is really bringing some noise here. There's one more. It goes down on the tackle. It's Wyatt. Back-to-back plays by 33.
Man, just, and we talked about it earlier. I mean, the safeties in this game for both teams doing such a good job coming down, helping in the run support, and those are just some of the signs of a great safety.
At the 21-yard line, Wigmore takes extra steps back. Intercepted in the end zone by the Vikings. Mike Scott.
God, my goodness. Yeah, just jumps in front of it, steals it from the other guy. But hey, just got to make sure the ball gets in your hands, and it did. Had a huge play earlier, and that time saving his defensive brothers and sisters, getting the huge stop.
Go ahead, Scott. You can tell him just because it was thrown to you doesn't mean that it belongs to you.
I mean, it's yours.
Here's a handoff here to Niguez. Niguez get caught up, and he's tackled and brought down by John Patrick Levine.
Man, just such tough running defense. Both of these squads, just not a whole lot of room to breathe at all. It's just the squads in the back just helping so much, dropping down. They can sense when it's a run, and clearly it's visible.
Here's Richardson, his receiver, unable to bring that one in. That was to Curtis Lee.
And we talked about, milestones earlier with Ivory Irvin. Darius Iniguez coming into the game was 12 yards away from hitting 1,000 on his career. Right now, he has 6. So, on 7 attempts. So, you just got to get a few more yards, and he'll be at a big one as well.
And this Baltimore defense is playing pretty stout versus that. Ooh. And what a break up there by 49. Roy Towers, 4th and 10, and LA will have to punt it away.
Man, Sully's just looking frustrated back there, not getting a whole lot of time really in the pocket. Kind of just a few steps and fire, or you're going to get hit. And it's really like that every time, and Baltimore isn't bringing too much from the edge. It's just their defensive line. Eventually, they're going to get through, and Richardson thrown into double coverage and just didn't work out.
And here's, oh, wow, not a fair catch call there, and Irvin almost, that could have been disastrous.
He wants the smoke. Ivory Irvin.
I'm not calling for a fair catch at all.
Man, that's stat there. That's crazy.
That is a crazy stat line coming from the production of the SFL commissioner, Cameron Irvine, that Ivory Irvin has more yards receiving than the Lycans total. Oh, he scores again. Watch me do my thing. Spins out of bounds. And LA has new life.
Wow. Who needs some offensive points when your defense is going to get that many yards and plays for you on their side of the ball? Read the route to perfection. You don't see that very often against Ivory Irvin. Mike Scott looks like that's his man, and he's doing a great job. I mean, at least some of the time has 2 interceptions, let off a lot of yards, but gets another big play and puts the Lycans in great position to get some points.
Mike Scott, I can hear him. Mr. DR Sim, I heard you on the Ashley Jackson show a couple of weeks ago saying that defense doesn't win championships. Watch me do me. And here's Aniguez, and he's tackled right at the line of scrimmage by Ralph Leopold.
Man, just more stops close to the line of scrimmage. And it's clear LA wants to run the ball, but hopefully going into the half or sooner, they kind of got to adjust their game plan.
LA comes into tonight's matchup at a 2-4 record, and here is the backup halfback, Patrick Rudlang on the carry, picks up 4.
And Rudlang, and if I'm not mistaken, this is kind of off the top of my head from watching the draft, but I'm pretty sure he was the first pick of the draft, if I'm not mistaken, was Rudlang. But nonetheless, just not much room to run at all for any of the backs in the backfield for LA.
I think he was first round, but 3rd pick.
Third pick. I knew it was close to the top. It was close enough.
Single back formation here for LA on 3rd and 6. Richardson on a 7-step drop, throws off his back again, and it's overthrown. Intended for Bubba Tree.
Yeah, that one was also in double coverage, but I don't know about you, DeMond. I liked that throw a lot more than the other one. It seemed like Bubba Tree had just not a lot, but just a little bit of separation, and if he was able to get up there just a little higher, could have brought that one in, but they got a punt.
Yeah, John Smith comes on the field to punt it away. Wasn't quite in field goal range.
Oh, that's got to hurt.
And this is going to bounce at the 10, at the 5, at the 4-yard line. Great punt there by Smith to pin Baltimore deep in the red zone. And just under 3 minutes here with 2:58 on the clock in Baltimore, march down the field and score 6. They've been held to 2 field goals so far in this game.
And if you have to punt, at least make it a good one, and they did. That was a great punt.
Yeah, here at the 5-yard line for the Vultures. Handoff, Warren Murray. Long, oh man, what a run out to the 15, picks up 10. They're going to say 9.
Just slipping off guys like he's covered in baby oil. Goodness, just a tough hit coming from the secondary, but just slips right off with the spin, says see you later, and gets more yards, getting closer to the yard of the game.
The last vision that I needed was Warren Murray covered in baby oil.
I'm glad I got thinking.
I'm not going to see if he had clothes on or not. 2nd and inches here for Wigmore. And off here to Anderson. He does picks up the first down. 2:19 left on the clock. Will Baltimore allow the 2-minute warning to come across, or will they call for a timeout?
I think they're gonna let it go. Let it go to the 2-minute. Kind of give a few seconds, calm down, and get back out there.
Bo Martin Jr. in the comments saying Diddy. Maybe Warren Murray was at a Diddy party.
Maybe.
Let's stop.
Nah, he's a good cookie. We wouldn't see him with that crowd.
Yeah. Murray is a great guy. If someone's to ask me, anything about Warren Murray, that right there for sure is an answer that I know of, that he would never be at that particular party.
That's the first thing you would say. He wouldn't be at one.
He wouldn't be at one. But hey, you never know what people do in the dark. But it's let's get back to the game here. Irvin comes away with that nice strike there. The clock is still ticking. Baltimore does pick up the first down here. They're at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot of time, but 2 interceptions. But with the big play potential, we saw the big one from Irvin, some big runs. They can get in the end zone if they really want to.
Here is Murray again. Murray picks up 3 yards.
Yeah, kind of with a run-heavy look now. Kind of seems like they're just going to take it into the half, and there's that big lichen. Every time I see that, Demond, it's just, I double take. I don't know about you, but yeah, just like, oh, yeah. It is freaky.
And you would believe that Baltimore would be trying to, pass the ball here to get in scoring territory, because they have so much time on the clock and they just running the timeout. You're only up by 6 points. You would want to make sure that you're up very comfortably going into the half.
Yeah, the only thing I could really think of is just, confidence in your defense. So far, this Baltimore squad has been phenomenal in stopping LA, not letting a lot go. But here we go, back to the pass.
There's pressure. Irving down to the 49-yard line.
Oh, so we were wrong, but I think that's even more Baltimore-esque. Running the ball, lulling your opponent to sleep, and then throwing a big one. And we saw one there, putting him past midfield, and now more in a pass look.
Here's Wigmore on a rollout, throws, crosses body to Matson, and that pass is incomplete. The Wolverine gets her paws on that one as well.
Who else? Batting that one away, stopping the clock for Baltimore. And now, certainly looks like they're going for the big shot to the end zone. And with 2 timeouts, 33 seconds, they can certainly do it.
Yeah, they can, but they let so much time run off the clock, though.
Yeah, they did.
So now you're pressing for time. Here's Wigmore. Throws his guy. Looks like that was intended for Matson. Could have been 81, the tight end, Jackson Roberts.
Yeah, it looked like Selwyn Lane came after that incompletion. I don't know what that was about, but third down now.
3-2 defense. Wigmore rolls out again. Irving right across the middle of the field. Looks like he's down at the, I want to say the 24 or 23-yard line.
Man, it's just, that's got to be just a kick in the chest. You play great defense for a couple plays, and then all it takes is one Ivory Irvin one-handed catch over the middle of the field, and all of that was for nothing, and you got to do it all over again.
So a 16-yard pickup on the last play by Irving, and that pass is going to be deflected away by the defense of LA. On the deflection is 2-1.
And Mr. Moore.
Yeah.
With the big play there, the defensive back, it's been really, come and go I mean, 2 interceptions, a lot of nice deflections, but also some really big plays to Ivory Irvin specifically. Kind of just got to clamp up and maybe focus on him going into the second half.
21 seconds here left on the clock. Wigmore gets pressured. He had a face full of lichens.
Yeah, not easy to throw when you're looking at all that yellow in your face. Just gotta, thankfully for Wigmore, got rid of the ball, and it fell for an incompletion. Still a chance at a field goal maybe, but they still do have a timeout.
Yeah, they do have one timeout in their back pocket. They come out in tray formation here. 5-step drop by Wigmore. That pass is incomplete again.
Another big play from Devontae Moore, and Matt Chima unable to haul it in. You don't see a lot of those from Chima, who has had such a good season all season, and it's kind of been flipped on the head. I mean, besides this game, Matt Chima leading the receiving core in yards, Benji Matson leading the team in receiving yards, but Ivory Irvin this game has really been the star of the show.
50-yard field goal attempt by Tarkington. It's up and it's good. I mean, we got to give kudos to LA for holding this Baltimore team to only 3 field goals of scores here. And you and I spoke, before the game started, in pregame, is that Baltimore, every time they have faced the LA Lycans, they have beat them by double digits.
Yep. Yeah, it's been rough for these Lycans in the matchup versus Baltimore, but their defense is really changing that rhetoric when it comes to getting huge amounts of points getting put on them. And I mean, really what it comes down to is their offense not really able to catch any charge, and holding them to only field goals is fantastic, especially against a club like Baltimore. But
exactly,
that means nothing if your offense can't get any points on the board.
True. And LA has just not been able to move the ball downfield. I mean, as we stated earlier, that Sully Richardson, the last time we spoke on it, he was 2 for 4. Now he's 2 for 9 on the day so far. And they're gonna go Hail Mary here. Richardson throws a bomb. That pass is incomplete. Intended for Chris Lee.
I had hope there for a second, Damon. I was kind of on the edge of my seat when that one was coming down.
I was too. I was leaning back.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, that's gonna do it. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by the Virtual Football League, and we're going to go into the halftime show.
Gosh, just such good jobs from these guys tonight. Really.
Yeah, you're right. Especially the defense of LA. Got to give those guys credit for, as I stated earlier, holding Baltimore to only 3 field goals. But the defense of Baltimore is playing great as well. They are putting pressure on Richardson, and which is forcing him to throw a couple of bad throws. As we see, he's scrambling, but when he's scrambling, he's not planting his foot, and he's throwing off that back foot. Anytime you throw off your back foot, it's not good for your passing and receiving game.
Yeah, not at all.
You're watching Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network. We've got action all week long, starting with the SFL on Sunday and Monday, followed by the UFL Tuesday and Wednesday. The SFL-M is back on Thursday, and SFL Week 8 takes us through the rest of the days right here on an exciting week of VFN.
You got much of a chance to check out the those other leagues, SFLM or UFL action here lately yourself?
Yes, I have. I mean, I actually like what I saw from the UFL this week, and I'm considering of joining the league. I really like what I saw. It was a lot of interesting things going on within that game engine that I liked, the modded version of that game engine, should we say. And there's Dan Curtis in motion. Sully Richardson underneath the center here at the 28-yard line, and Iniguez only picks up a yard. I think he got nowhere. I think Smith met him right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. Just came around that edge and looked like Iniguez ran into a solid brick wall, just folded like a piece of paper back to the ground. My
I think the
goodness.
line judge needs to take a visit to TSO,
Yeah, he
which
does.
it takes his optical services or whatever it's called.
Even that one. I mean, getting back to the line, that was a little generous. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they should have gave him that yard back. My gosh, but
Yeah, he needs to see an eye doctor.
yeah, he needs to go get it. I mean, he can borrow my glasses, but I don't know. I'm really blind, but
Empty set here by
oh,
LA. Got a nice strike down the middle of the field, and that pass is caught by Elsie Pryor. And I want to say that is Pryor's first catch of the night, and it is.
yeah, it was, and finally, LA getting one of those passes to go their way. And if I'm not mistaken, it was 5 or 6 passes in a row that were incomplete for Los Angeles. Finally
Yeah.
getting one to go their way in traffic. And Sully Richardson with a great pass there.
LA at the 48. Pass is incomplete, intended for Jack Flash.
You know, unable to haul that one in, making it second down. And it looks like coming out of the half, they're going a lot more pass heavy, and I think that's a really good decision for them. I mean, they haven't been passing great tonight, but they certainly haven't been running well either. Kind of just got to find something that'll work.
Yeah. I mean, it's still only a 2-point score game here so
Yeah, for
far,
sure.
you know. Looks like Baltimore's going to bring blitz from the outside. And then down goes Richardson. And man, did he get hit hard by Ralph Leopold.
Man, Ralph Leopold, a monster out there. What a spin move to get past the offensive lineman. And looking like prime Dave Batista out there, spearing Richardson into the turf. What a hit.
Leopold with his first sack of the night. 4-1 dime formation here. Quads here for the offense. They're going to bring a man in motion, and that's going to be Lee. I'm sorry, that's going to be Tree, that is. Richardson, I think he's scrambling just a little bit too fast, but he does find Flash there. Try to say fast and flash in the same sentence again. If he's going to be short of the first down. And I think this is what I've noticed earlier. I think Sully is getting a little happy feet back there. I think he's scrambling a little way too early than when he has to. And I think that's the reason why his throws has been off in this ball game here.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. It's kind of a thing where, yes, he is getting pressured, and when he has to run, he runs. He'll take a few steps back, try and make a throw. But even when he doesn't really get pressured, I mean, maybe he gets a little nervous or maybe just a little on edge, so he does it anyway.
Yeah.
And you find him throwing off his back foot a lot. I mean, in that instance, had a great completion down the field, just, not enough to get the first down.
Yeah. Baltimore is starting the ball here inside of the 30. Oh, no, they're at the 12. Oh, wow.
Another really good punt for LA.
That one looked like a 2 to me in the last screenshots. They're going to bring Mac Chima in motion, and Chima has had a quiet day. Only 2 targets, no reception. They're going to Murray. God's breakaway speed crosses midfield. The veteran who belongs in the Hall of Fame is brought down at the 46-yard line of LA. 42-yard scamper if it stands.
Gosh, just that LA's been doing such a good job, but with such good runners for Baltimore and such a strong offensive line, eventually one is going to break wide open, and Warren Murray with the 42-yard run, making it the longest of the day by anyone.
It's going to be 41. I counted the 47, but it's at the 40. I'm sorry, I counted the 46. It's at the 47-yard line. And T-Roy gains his first carry of the night. He picks up 4.
Yeah, and is met by who other than the Wolverine out there, getting another big stop. Just not too much room to run on that one, but really, just they're chipping away. They really are, and looks like they're coming run heavy, and it's working. in the second half at least.
And off here to Warren Murray again. Murray gets tied up before being brought down by Ace Blackwell.
Yeah, chased down by the big defensive end from the other side of the line, if I'm not mistaken. Made his way over, got the tackle. You know, the runner was kind of just shoving their shoulder into the back of the offensive lineman, trying to find somewhere to go. Just getting a few yards, making it 3rd and short.
Yeah, the Baltimore offense is moving the ball down the field. They haven't had any issues moving the ball between the 20s. But once they get down in that goal line area, they just couldn't convert any touchdowns. And here is the man of the day who's just been playing outstanding ball, picks up another first down.
That was a great pass. We'll get to see a better look at it. Cuts perfectly. I mean, not even a cut, really. Just runs forward and kind of sits. That's just kind of like a designed zone beater there. Kind of see where your zones are, get to the area where they're not going to be, and throw a dart as soon as you can to make sure no one else can reach it.
Dude has 164 yards on the day. There's another one. Wow.
Man, it's just... every time it seems like Ivory Irvin has someone draped over his body, he makes the catch regardless. You can see it there. One in his face, one on his back shoulder, but it doesn't matter. Full concentration, hands like glue, holding on to it, just like there wasn't any defender there at all.
Yeah, it should be a 16-yard pickup down to the 15-yard line. One step drop here by Wigmore. Got Madsen down to the 4. That should be 11 for the big tight end.
Yeah, and there goes Madsen, someone in the game, finally getting a reception other than Ivory Irvin. Before that pass, there was 10 completions on the game, and Ivory Irvin had all of them for Baltimore.
Down at the 3-yard line, 12 on the game. Another handoff here to Murray. Punch the man on his back. So what? I'm taking you to LA, baby, and crossing Hollywood Boulevard.
Such a great drive, capulated by such a great run, dragging the defensive end to the house, saying, here, you can sit in the end zone while I celebrate that touchdown. And Baltimore finally striking the match, getting that touchdown that they've been looking for all day.
Outstanding run there by Warren Murray. Here is Tarkenton on the extra point attempt, and Baltimore goes up 16-0. As we mentioned, every time these two teams face, Baltimore has beaten LA by double digits. As we see, they are pulling away here with a double-digit lead, and the largest win for Baltimore in this meeting between these two, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it's 47 was the margin of victory, 57-10. Here's Pryor on the return, and Pryor is tackled and brought down.
Oh,
there's a man hurt, Kevin Garrett.
I hate to see that.
And Garrett is one of the role players on this Baltimore's defense, one of the backup cornerbacks. Talk about some of these stats lines between these two teams. LA's defense gives up 20 points a game. They're right in the middle of the pack there at 14. Baltimore only gives up 17 at 8. And it looks like Chris Lee was surprised that he caught that ball.
Yeah, he was like, "Wait, what? I got it. Now let's take off." Yeah, just this is his first one of the day, getting 7 yards. And speaking of milestones again, if Chris Lee gets 33 more of those, he'll have himself 7,000.
LA is ranked second. They only give up 155 yards in passing yards a game. And here is Iniguez, and Iniguez picks up the first down for the LA Lakers. LA is starting to have a good drive here, probably one of the best drives of the day for this LA team.
Yeah, so far, finally getting it going. And you said it was 155 passing yards a game? Is that the number?
Yeah, that's what their defense allowed. That's number 2 in the league.
LA?
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just such such good game planning then for Baltimore, because Ivory Irvin already has that himself in this one.
Yeah, and Baltimore allows 155, and they look like the number 2 passing defensive team.
There's Chris Lee again on a great pitching catch. Sully Richardson threw that one right past the linebacker in the middle. That was a great throw, and we pointed it out in the end of that first half, Demond. I mean, he really hasn't tried and scrambled away yet. He's done a really nice job sitting in the pocket, trusting his offensive line, and we can already see the clear improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they're across midfield here. And here's Iniguez, and Iniguez picks up 4. A generous spot.
Yeah, just some tough running. And just got to keep it going if you're Los Angeles now. Can't let off the gas this drive.
Here's LA at Baltimore's 42-yard line. Hand off to the backup, and he goes nowhere.
Yeah, just hit early in the backfield, thankfully for Los Angeles, able to break the early tackler and make it back to the line of scrimmage to keep them where they were. Now just got to get 6 more. Sully got to lead the charge now.
Yeah, Rudling was on the carry. 3rd and 6. Here they come out in the quad set here. Baltimore in a dime situation. We're going to bring a strong safety down to cover the slot guy here. Richardson gets pressure. Pass is incomplete, intended for Flash. 4th and 6. And LA has to punt this thing away. Can you imagine coming into the parking lot of this stadium on the team bus and you see that big statue out front?
See, what I want to know is, with how big that thing is, how far is it from the actual stadium? Because that thing is towering, man. It's like, looking at it from a view, it wouldn't surprise me if it was in the next state over with how huge that thing is.
It's going to bounce inside the 5 and bounce into the end zone. And Baltimore will start off at the 20.
Yeah, almost a fantastic punt there. Bounced right before the end zone, but unfortunately for them, rolled in. And one great shining spot is, so far, their special teams unit. A lot of these punts have been really good.
Yeah. And speaking of offenses, Baltimore is number 2 in yards per game at 373. And they're number 1 when passing touchdowns at 13. Man goes in motion is Mac Chima. Wigmore on a 7-step drop. Grab by Chima down to the 35-yard line. That should be a 15-yard gain for the veteran.
There we go, spreading the love around a little bit. A huge one-handed catch. Seemed like it was a little far forward, but it didn't matter for Mac Chima.
What a
able
grab.
to pull that one in.
They spot that one right at the 35-yard line. What a grab. And I'm gonna go ahead and call that one as our retro's best hands catch of the day. We'll get to the ad read here in just a moment after this play here. Here is Wigmore underneath the center. He's going to take a 3-step drop, goes through the progression, and look at Ivory Irvin again. Down to the 50-yard line this time. Another 15-yard gain for this ball club.
And just so much room for Irvin. Right over the middle of the field. That's just the perfect smash concept. Just kind of making sure that there's a underneath receiver that'll draw those linebackers forward just to toss it over their head to the receiver behind them.
And that catch by Chima, that's the nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23. Here's a handoff here to Murray. Murray dances in the middle of the field, breaks away, picks up 6 yards. Clock is just draining itself away here in the third quarter with 39 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and with the tone of the game and kind of how it's looking on the stat sheet, the scoreboard, it really has felt like a blowout and kind of looks like one. But, the defense of LA has been really good, especially in that first half.
Yes, they were exactly great in that first half. And this is a handoff here to Goodspeed. First time of calling the name of him tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I would have remembered it. It's a unique one there, but getting speared down after a gain of the first down, and they're just chipping away at the clock and the yards, getting closer and closer to that end zone.
Baltimore's going to let the clock run down to zeros here in the third. It's the fourth quarter. People, put your fours in the chats, along with the appreciation to our falling brothers here in the SFL. How many likes do we have on this video, DJ?
Not enough.
It's not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you've got notifications on so you won't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. Go ace trips here, handoff here to Murray. Murray gonna pick up a few yards there before being brought down by a gang of Lycans. Picks up 2.
Yeah, just, I mean, more running, right? Just chipping away at that clock, and that's really all you can do now if you're Baltimore. Of course, you want to keep your foot on the gas, but at the same time, you just want to get out of here, take your win as it stands right now. Still plenty of ball game left, but just want to try and chip away that clock.
Gonna give it to Anderson. Oh, Anderson gets help from the defense to move forward, as there was a man there, right there on the tackle, which was Devontae Moore, but someone came in from behind and hit him forward.
Yeah, and Anderson having himself a pretty solid game, getting 44 yards today on only 7 attempts. That's a really good spread.
Absolutely. Another handoff here to Warren Murray. Murray picks up the first down to the 22-yard line. 4th and inches. Wow. Will Baltimore go for it here on 4th and inches? Looks like Tarkenton is on the field. They're going to go for the 41-yard field goal attempt.
What do you think about that call there, Demond? I'm curious.
I would have went for it.
You would have?
I would have went for it. 4th and inches, yes.
Yeah, it's tough. I think I agree with you. You know, if they get that first down and get it in the end zone, that makes it 23-0, if my math isn't horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Which makes it more than a 3-touchdown game, which would have been huge right now. And it would have been the same if it was still 16. Is going to be a 2-touchdown game and some change. But now they're going to have to get 3 touchdowns if they want to take the lead. That field goal is out of the picture for Los Angeles. Now it's really only touchdowns or nothing, really.
You're absolutely right. And here is Tree on the return, tackled right at the 31-yard line. Week 7 of SFL season 24 rolls on the headline by another big clash in the South, with 4-1 Bossier City. The Bossier City Steamers tried to hand 4-2 Albuquerque their first ever home loss at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. Other matchups include Baltimore, LA. Oh, this was Friday's read. I am so sorry. My apologies. But we'll continue to roll on. Charleston, Queen City, Chicago, Oklahoma City, all right here on the Virtual Football Network. Here is Iniguez with his best run of the night. Picks up the first down. That was a nice toss there. No one was on that outside.
Yeah, and there he goes. That's a gain of 10, and shout out to him after that big run, after the slow first half he had, passing the 1,000-yard rushing mark on the young career of Darius Iniguez. Congratulations to you, sir.
And here is Rutling on the carry.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, Demond. I mean, I'm a little bit surprised that they're going back to the run here. They had a pretty strong passing attack that first possession of the half, and now they're kind of throwing it out the window.
And here's another handoff here to Iniguez. He bulldozed forward. Picks up extra yardage there.
Yeah, just more physical running. These guys just barreling over each other. And they're really getting into the grit of it now. Baltimore just staying true to what they do. Packing that box. I mean, you can see it there.
Roll out here by Sully Richardson. That pass is incomplete. Broken up by Alvin Mack. We haven't called Mack name as much tonight. He
we
does have
really
2
haven't.
tackles.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Not too active on the game tonight, but clearly hasn't had to been. I mean, this is just a complete total team effort right now for Baltimore, forcing another punt for LA. I mean, that goose egg on the scoreboard should tell you all you need to know about this Baltimore defense tonight.
Absolutely. Baltimore's going to start it there on 20. Join Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green for another edition of SFL this week at 7:15 p.m. Eastern before the Fort Worth Toros battle the DC Dragons on this week's Monday Night Spectacular Kickoff, which is at 8:15 p.m. Eastern with the full MNS crew right here on the Virtual Football Network. Baltimore, 1st and 10 at the own 20. Handoff here to Murray, and Murray has been picking up some great yardage here this game. And if I'm not mistaken, Murray is not quite close to the 100-yard mark yet. 78 yards on, 82 yards on 18 carries, 1 touchdown. Long as a 41.
Yeah, had that huge breakout run earlier. There was nothing but grass, but now they're really just using him in these tough running downs, and that's what he's best for, in my opinion, just tough running.
Yep, 2nd and 10 here. They're going to give it to Anderson. Anderson's hitting the backfield. They're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and Brogan Sparrow with the huge tackle there. I've had the pleasure of calling his name a few times down in the minor leagues, and he's bringing that talent up into the Lycans team now. We can clearly see that.
There's a bunch formation. Wigmore goes on a rollout. That pass is caught by Irvin, and Irvin is just taking over this ball game. He's already at 196 yards on 11 receptions. I believe that reception puts him over the 200-yard mark.
Yeah, if not, it's close. And
he has 11 receptions. That's an SFL. That's a 4K23 career high.
Wow.
For Irving, and he's at 214 on 12 receptions.
Just unstoppable, really.
Yeah. There's Wigmore. That pass is almost intercepted. Overthrew Benji Matson. And Ben Charbs could have had the pick.
Yeah, could have had the 3rd interception for LA. And the dynamic of this game is so interesting, Damond. Because when you look at the stats, Sully Richardson has 1 thrown interception. Jack Wigmore has 2. But it's just such a complete game from him other than those 2 mistakes.
There's another handoff here to Murray. He picks up 2.
58 making the tackle after a short gain there for Los Angeles. And they're marching closer and closer to midfield now, but what they're really doing and what I'm sure they're focusing on and doing a great job of it is just burning the clock away right now.
Yes, they are. They are, absolutely. This 4th quarter is moving by extremely fast. And it's a Wigmore. And down he goes. On the sack is the outside linebacker, Brogan Sparrow.
There he goes with a huge hit into the back of Wigmore. And I mean, along with interceptions, they've done such a good job of bringing down the QB. I mean, when you look at the stat line, it's just hard to believe that this game is a 0 right now on the scoreboard for LA. But, I mean, another big play for Los Angeles on defense.
Yeah, that's their 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Yeah.
For the Lycans. There's Tree on the return, and LA will start at their own 26.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot if you want to come back into this game. If you're LA, you are going to need a lot of points very quickly.
And Baltimore is already over 21 minutes of time of possession. LA only just 13. Ooh. And there's another target towards Flash, the tight end, and that one is incomplete. And that's basically the tale of the game, is that Baltimore is holding the ball a whole lot longer in their drives than what LA is. And although LA's defense is playing pretty good, you know, their offense is just not giving them any help, you know, in regards to getting some good drives together.
Yeah, absolutely, Damon. That's a great way to put it.
Here's Richardson. That pass is incomplete
Ooh.
again. Back-to-back incomplete. That pass was almost picked off
Almost.
by young Vaught.
Yeah, and it's
That would have
just
been a very athletic move there.
oh, it would have. I would have been going crazy if that one was if that one was completed.
So here's 3rd and 10. Quads formation here for LA. They're going to send Chris Lee in motion to the top of the field. Baltimore secondary follows. Richardson. That is a nice pass there to Bubba Tree. Picks up the first down.
Here we go.
And LA is going to go no hurry here. Let's see what they do. 3-step drop right across the middle of the field. Incomplete, intended for Jack Flash again.
Bubba Tree able to hold on to that one for his first catch of the game, and it's really the telltale of this one is whenever you see a close pass for the Lycans and there's a defender in coverage, more often than not, they're not holding on to it. And for Baltimore, it seems Ivory Irvin is holding on to every single one of those, and it's just such an impact.
Total yards there, and Baltimore doubles the total yards for LA. LA's going to bring another man in motion. And that's going to be tight end Grabowski. 5-step drop by Richardson. And that is a catch by 88. That's going to be Chris Lee on the reception. Baltimore brings pressure. They're going to bring 6. That's going to be incomplete there.
Oh, goodness. Just gets hectic in those hurry-ups. And if the stat sheet holds true, Chris Lee right now is 1 yard away from 7,000 on his career.
2nd and 10 here for the Lycans. Elsie Pryor in motion. There's a 5-step drop. That pass is intercepted by Baltimore. Roy Towers, can he go? Elsie Pryor, the one man to beat. No, tackled and brought down at the 22.
Golly, Roy Towers just putting a dagger into the heart, looking like true vultures right now, gnawing on the meat of their dead opponent. And right there, it shows it. Roy Towers with the interception to basically call checkmate.
Yeah, this defense has forced 3 turnovers today. My apologies, that's their second one that they were forced today.
Oh, here comes Mr. Kim.
You're right, Johnny Kim is in the game. Handoff to Warren Murray. I love the foot plant in the ground. The juke move there picks up 6 yards.
Yeah, just planting his foot, changing complete direction and holding on to all that speed built up. Just so tough to bring down a guy that moves that fluidly. Looks like he's swimming through water out there.
It's 2nd and 4 here for these Vultures at LA's 15-yard line, inside the 15-yard line, right between 15 and 16. 2nd and 4. And backfield to Anderson, and he's going to lose 3 yards. Whoa, what a miss was Selwyn Lane on that play.
The defensive tackle just busted through the line and made a hard hit right as the ball got there. Great job from Selwyn Lane, making a big play when they need to.
DJ, I'm not sure if you remember of the hit song from the early 2000s by the Cash Money Records crew, Everybody Get Your Roll On. Everybody get your roll on. I mean, that's just what I thought when I...
Yeah, I get you. Definitely. I have heard that one before. So gosh, and just Wyatt with a huge stop there, holding them to 4th down. Gonna hold them to a field goal, I imagine.
I saw Selwyn
push it out of 3. touchdown range.
Yeah.
Just over 100. Wow.
Nearly 100 yards here today. 32-yard field goal attempt. This is going to be the 4th field goal for Tarkenton today? No, this is the 5th.
Is it? My goodness. Oh.
That one barely made it in. No, he missed that one.
Missed. Yeah.
He missed it.
Wow.
And this is one thing about playing outdoors, people. That wind, Gus, can absolutely move that football in these outdoor stadiums. As much as I love seeing the clear skies, yeah, man.
Wow.
Here's LA. They take over on downs. And LA is at their own 23. Here's Richardson. That pass is caught to the 34-yard line, and LA is going to call timeout.
Oh, where was that a little bit sooner? LZ Pryor jumping up, making the huge catch in a sea of vultures, able to haul it in for a pretty nice completion.
Talk about going up and getting the football, man. And that should be a 12-yard pickup there by Pryor. Tree goes in motion. Here's Richardson again. That pass is caught by Pryor. Pryor is putting on a show now. Down to the 49 or 48-yard line of Baltimore.
Yeah, right after the Pryor completion, gets another good one. Huge pass there, and getting these great plays just a little bit too late. Pryor, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's his 3rd on the day, and 2 of them coming in the last drive.
46. Oh. This is gonna be a touchdown here for the LA Lycans, Chris Lee. Guess what? 46-yard touchdown to Pater for Lee, and the LA Lycans gets on the board. No shutout here today, Baltimore. You can kiss that goodbye as Lee just crossed Hollywood Boulevard. I heard he liked to hang out on Melrose as well.
I think you're right. And there it goes, closing the shutout. Someone grabbed the defibrillator and brought this team back to life, said, hey, you got to get something on the board. And they did it. 3 great passes to completely just shut away the shutout, really. And Chris Lee, for sure now, has his 40 yards, joining himself in the 7,000 receiving yards club.
And that's going to be the largest game from scrimmage today for LA, and that's going to be an illegal onside kick, or should we say an illegal touch by the Lycans.
And now we see it again, don't we? Get another shot at one.
Yeah, they do get another one. And if they do it again, I think Baltimore gets the ball.
I think you're right.
Where's touched at?
Let's see.
There is the onside, and
they got it.
They got it. LA recovers the onside here. 1:41 left.
Come on, dare I say, there's a chance.
There is a chance. That's a lot of time here. I mean, we just saw a one-play score of 46. Were they right at the 50-yard line here now?
Yep. It's not a big chance, but there is life in Los Angeles.
Oh, no, they're at the 30. I thought it was at the 50. And that's going to be to the 44-yard line, I want to say.
Another big completion, and using their last time out there, Chris Lee, in that last drive, completely shifted his yardage on the game.
It sure did. 14-yard pickup for Lee there. Here is Richardson. That pass is incomplete. I couldn't see who the target. Looks like Lee.
Yeah, I think you're right. And just, someone, the City Angels showing right now. An angel brought Los Angeles back to life just for a little bit. We're going to see some more fight out of them.
Yep, they come out in this quad set here. pressure there from Baltimore down to the 40-yard line. That's 16 yards there on the pickup.
Oh, man.
And there is Lee again.
Here we go.
And that's down to the 26. 14 yards there.
Oh.
The pass is incomplete, intended for Jack Flash. Oh, and Flash is...
No. Oh, that is terrible for LA. You hate to see anybody go down, but your tight end in such a crucial spot, that's got to hurt if you're LA. And with that incompletion, it stops the nice little roll they had of completions. Now they got to kind of get that momentum back. And like we said, not a huge chance, but there's one there.
Yeah, it does stop the clock. That's the positive of it, but you hate to see Flash leave, as you stated. Yeah. Here's Richardson going for it. Oh, incomplete, but there's laundry on the field.
Oh, no, okay. Ooh.
Oh, roughing the passer.
Oh, goodness.
It's going to be 15 yards tacked on here. They're down at Baltimore's 13-yard line.
I thought it might have been a PI, but that's almost just as bad.
Wow.
You can't have that mistake there. Just feeding Los Angeles little bits of bread to give them some more life, and they're holding on right now.
Yeah. Trey formation here for LA. Baltimore as well covering it. Bring pressure. My goodness, did they bring a lot of pressure, and that's broken up.
Yeah, and I love the idea.
Yeah.
I love the idea. Trying to get Sully Richardson back into his first half form. We talked about it a lot. Him running when he doesn't need to. And this half, he's done a way better job of it. And they're trying to kind of scare him back into that true form that he had in the first half.
Baltimore brought the middle linebacker and one of the corners. I mean, they're bringing like 6 every time in this dime formation.
Gosh, it's so close every time, Damon. It's right there at the hands of LA, just a little off the money again. And now, I mean, you have 2 more chances. You have to get in the end zone.
I wouldn't want to be Sully Richardson right now because his Vultures defense is bringing.
They're coming for his head.
They bring the safety and the line. Touchdown for Chris Lee. Get off me, son.
And where'd he cross, Damon? Where's he going?
He just crossed Melrose.
There we go.
Drive. What else is in LA? I mean, he's hanging out in Bel Air, you know.
Oh, here we go. With the St. Monica Pier, he's going everywhere.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness! And wow, that's all I can say. Turning what we were talking about blowouts at the start of the fourth quarter, rightfully so. And now, if Los Angeles gets this onside kick, there is a chance.
Yeah, I heard that Chris Lee also like to hang out down there in Malibu as well. It's going to be probably an illegal touch here because it looks like the ball didn't go 10 yards before LA touched it.
Hey, and you know what they say, Damon, history repeats itself.
Yeah.
That first time they had
was that clipping? They called clipping on Baltimore. Wait a minute, I'm confused.
And that means it goes.
Oh, wait. I thought the clipping was on Baltimore.
Yeah, but that means there was no penalty on the onside kick, illegal onside kick, which means they recovered it cleanly. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, and Baltimore nails it here. And let's give kudos to LA because LA has just taken away Baltimore's double-digit win streak versus the Vikings. They closed the margin of victory to 5 compared to the last time they faced, which was that margin of victory was 18 back in season 19, where Baltimore won 34-16 of the Vikings.
Yeah, and I mean, the rhetoric of this game changes so dramatically when it comes to the last 4 minutes. Los Angeles took control with around 4 minutes, in the final quarter, and they put up 2 touchdowns, and they had a chance And if I mean the way I see it is if you can play like that for 4 quarters rather than 4 minutes, we're seeing a completely different scoreline.
Absolutely. And that's going to do it for us, folks. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented to you by the Virtual Football Network. And Baltimore moves to 5-2, and they're on top of that North Division. DC sitting there at 3-2, who plays tomorrow night. And LA, I mean, they're at the bottom of the West Division now at 2-5.
Gosh, it's just so tough over there in the West. And Damon, who's your? I think I have a good idea who it is, but who's your game ball going to today?
My game ball most definitely has to go to Ivory Irving. I mean, the guy was just spectacular today, catching everything that came his way. Irving finished the night, man, with 16 targets, 12 receptions for over 212 yards. I mean, you can't forget about Jack Wigmore as well, who had 238 yards passing, 29 attempts on 14 completions. QBR didn't look too good with the 2 picks attached to it, but that's my game ball. That's who it's going to, Ivory Irving. Who you got, partner?
Just to be a little different, I'll give it to the kicker, even though he missed one.
Well, there you hear it, folks. DJ selects Shark Tarkenton as his player of the game. I was your play-by-play commentator tonight, Damon Simmons, along with DJ Kilgannon. And hey, everybody, we'll see you when we see you. Peace. DJ, tell the folks goodbye.
See y'all later.